It all began when HOA Karen, emboldened by her usual entitlement, decided to sue me for blocking her from accessing my ranch. She claimed that I was somehow interfering with her rights and insisted that legal action would force compliance. What she did not realize was that I am a retired attorney, fully versed in property law, litigation strategy, and courtroom tactics. Her audacity had collided with expertise, preparation, and foresight, and she was about to discover that suing me was a colossal mistake. From the moment the lawsuit was filed, I began methodically preparing my response. Every interaction with Karen, every prior trespass, and every documented incident of harassment was compiled into a comprehensive legal dossier. Photographs, video recordings, security footage, and precise property surveys were meticulously organized. Every detail mattered. Karen had assumed that her threats and legal maneuvering would intimidate me, but she had underestimated the combination of law, preparation, and strategic response. When Karen first attempted to enforce her claims, I responded with calm authority. I filed motions to dismiss, citing clear property ownership, documented trespass incidents, and previous warnings. Every argument she made was systematically dismantled with evidence, legal precedent, and airtight reasoning. Her attempt to leverage the legal system against me turned into a public display of recklessness and audacity. She had assumed ignorance or fear would work in her favor, but instead, her claims were exposed as baseless. The courtroom became the stage where her audacity was fully neutralized. Each claim she made was countered with irrefutable documentation. Video footage of unauthorized entry, legal notices previously sent, and detailed logs of her repeated harassment. Witnesses were called, including neighbors and security personnel, who testified to Karen's pattern of overreach and reckless behavior. Every attempt she made to manipulate the situation was met with calm, legal precision, leaving her increasingly frustrated and powerless. Beyond the courtroom, I implemented additional measures to prevent any future attempts at interference. Security protocols on the ranch were reinforced, access points were fortified, and surveillance systems were upgraded. Legal notices were sent explicitly warning Karen and the HOA that any further attempts at harassment or trespassing would result in immediate legal consequences. Her ability to assert control or intimidate was permanently neutralized. The audacity she had relied upon to dominate or manipulate now served as evidence of her recklessness and lack of judgment. Neighbors and community members quickly became aware of the incident. Karen's credibility, already fragile, suffered a permanent blow. Her pattern of entitlement, harassment, and audacious legal maneuvering was exposed publicly. Observers recognized the consequences of attempting to intimidate or manipulate others without foresight, expertise, or preparation. Karen had assumed that suing me would produce fear and compliance. Instead, it produced humiliation, exposure, and a decisive defeat. In the weeks following the incident, the ranch remained fully secure, calm, and operational. Karen's repeated attempts at interference were permanently neutralized. Her credibility within the community was irreparably damaged, and any future attempts at manipulation or intimidation were legally constrained and practically impossible. The lawsuit, intended to assert control, became a public demonstration of how audacity without preparation, knowledge, or strategy is doomed to fail. By the end of the month, the ranch stood as a monument to preparation, foresight, and the power of strategic legal authority over reckless entitlement. Karen's audacity had been decisively neutralized, leaving her exposed, powerless, and publicly humiliated. Every observer understood the lesson. Attempts to intimidate, manipulate, or assert authority without preparation, expertise, or lawful authority will always backfire. Karen had learned, once again, that reckless audacity meets consequences when confronted by law, strategy, and foresight.